Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Mental Toughness and Body Show. My name is Rob Evans, and I'm your weight loss coach, health strategist, and internationally published author, helping take your life and your business, your health, fitness, mindset, and body from where you are right now to where it is that you truly want to be. And today I wanted to talk to you about the 9 keys to thriving in a pandemic. Because right now in my local area, New South Wales and Victoria, the two big states in Australia, are going through a bit of a further COVID crisis. So New South Wales is really suffering. Victoria is going through right now its fifth lockdown, and it looks like it's going to go longer than their 5 days that they're talking about. And I'm feeling a lot of pain that is coming through my fitness family, and also from just out in the public in general, because it's like 5 times now we've been locked down here in Melbourne, and it's really starting to take its toll on people. So I put together this list of 9 things that I think that you can really take these on board and not just survive through the pandemic, because no one wants to survive. We want to thrive. So what are those things that we can do to help us thrive? Now, obviously this has been inspired by what's going on locally, but it could be relevant for you wherever you are in the world. We're all managing COVID everywhere around the world. Where we are, we go into very, very harsh lockdowns very quickly, whereas other parts of the world can be open and there's lots of COVID cases and all that kind of stuff. So none of this is about masks, none of this is about vaccines, none of this is about governments, because it doesn't matter where you live, different decisions are going to be made, and decisions are going to be made outside of your control, which are going to have an impact on how you live. So let's talk about what the things are that you can control so that we can make sure that you're thriving. Doesn't matter what goes on. I mean, where I live, Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, I believe that we're probably going to do with another couple of lockdowns at least before the end of this year. So at the time of recording this, it's July. We've probably got another couple to go yet. And some people think, oh, another one will break me. Well, it'll break you if you let it. So let's talk about the number 1. So the first one for me is about setting some specific goals around your health and fitness. Okay. If you can use this time to be very specific about what's important to you around your health and fitness. Now, even if your health and fitness has not been a focus for you in the past, make it a focus now. Because I guarantee you, when your health and fitness and your wellness is way better than it is now, doesn't matter where you are now, if you take it to another level, you will perform better. You'll be more energized, you'll be more focused, you'll be more positive, you'll be more able to take on whatever comes your way. So the things that I want you to think about are, maybe it's weight loss, maybe it's weight gain, maybe it's maintaining the status quo, maybe it's something about just introducing some strength training, introducing some cardio, and maybe that's just walking right now. We're restricted on what we can do here. All the gyms are shut, my facility here is shut, I'm Zooming classes, I'm connecting with people, I'm doing all that kind of stuff, but maybe you haven't done anything before. So start making some plans around what it is that you can do. Maybe there's some, I'm going to talk more about this in a moment, but maybe it's some specific plans around your food and your water, but come up with a plan. Maintaining the status quo is okay if that's what's okay for you, but challenge yourself, because you can do super well at this time. Okay. You can perform better than you've ever performed before. And I've got some great evidence of clients that have lost 15 kilos during lockdown. I've got examples of clients that have, or people that have inquired with me that have put on 10, 15 kilos in the pandemic. So it really just depends. They're just decisions. They're your choices. So make good ones. Number 2, eat 5 to 6 highly nutritious meals a day. Okay. If you're currently eating 1, 2, or 3 meals, then let's do better than that. Let's get you to 5 and 6. Now, if you're at 1, going to 6 is going to be a big step. At least make that 1 highly nutritious. Then go to 2, then go to 3. I'm talking about breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then I'm talking about some snacks in between. But let's focus on making them highly nutritious. Really important. The more quality meals that you eat, the better impact on your metabolism. What you want to do is make sure that you're eating eating foods that support your goals. And 5 to 6 is going to keep your metabolism nice and high. It's going to help keep you lean. It doesn't matter whether you're gaining muscle, losing weight, it's going to help support those goals. Next one, staying well hydrated. I believe if you're consuming about 2.5 litres or more a day, then that's going to keep you really well hydrated. I talk about it, about 2.6 litres of water for an average person to be hydrated. If you're getting around 2.5 litres, then that's great. Now, most people I find are only getting in maybe a litre or less. So my personal goal is 3 litres or more a day. Sometimes I take it up to 4 litres. If you can get 2.5 litres or more, then fantastic. If you're currently doing a litre, let's take it up to 1.25. Then do that for a week, take it up to 1.5. Then take it up to 1.75 and slowly make these changes. Okay. Why is water so important? It flushes out the toxins. It helps keeps us hydrated, keeps our skin looking good as well, and just feeling more alert. So really important one. The next one, number 4, I want you to set some boundaries. Okay. Boundaries are so important. I want you to set some boundaries for TV. So what I'm talking about there, don't get caught up in watching the news all the time. I know for our first pandemic here, there was so much uncertainty. You just don't know, like, how long are we going to be locked down for? Asking questions every day in the media. How long are we going to be locked down for? We don't know. Okay, we just don't know. It depends on so many things. And even now, they've talked about a 5-day lockdown. I reckon whatever number they give you, multiply it by at least 2 or 3. So we've said 5 days. I reckon we'll be shut down for at least 10 to 15 days easily here, because they just don't know what's going to happen, how much this Delta strain is going to get out of control here. They just don't know. You can't control that. So I want you to set some boundaries around, around the TV, whatever's right, you feels right for you. Around social media as well. There's so much negativity around what's going on with that. I want you to set some boundaries around alcohol, if that's something that you consume at the moment. I know here in Australia, they said during the pandemic, consumption of alcohol expenditure went up by $1 billion during the pandemic. It just blows my mind. I don't drink at all. So a lot of people are making up for mine. So set some boundaries around that. If you've got some, say, naughty foods that you like, set some boundaries around that too. Don't just get caught up in this toxic downward spiral of feeling, bad, not doing the things that support your health and take your health where you want it to be. And, those naughty foods that you feel, whether it's chocolates, cakes, cookies, takeaway foods, whatever, set some limits on those so that you don't find yourself getting into this toxic downward spiral. Number 5, really important step here. I want you to focus on progressing your self-development. Now, where we really thrive in life is where we are continuing to progress and we see that we're progressing. If we feel that we're staying still or we're regressing, that's not good for us. Okay. If we want to be successful in many areas of our life, we've got to be progressing, right? Whether it's my own training that I do, I need to be progressing each week. So I've got a plan in place for what are all the things that I need to do for that. In terms of, say, wealth creation, I've got a whole series of things that I need to be doing in that regard. I've got, in terms of business-wise, there are a whole series of things that I need to be doing every day to be progressing that. In terms of my own self-development, there are key things that I must do every single day to make sure that I'm progressing with that. And if I don't, I kind of beat myself up. So I'm like, man, I missed that opportunity today. So in terms of how do you do that? Well, you've got to find an area about yourself maybe that you want to improve. For me, I'm very strong, like this podcast suggests, Mental Toughness and Body Show. I have a very strong focus on becoming more mindful, having a stronger mindset, understanding success. And so I'm always looking for how do I become a better coach? How do I understand human behavior, the psychology, all that kind of stuff, so I can get a bit of an edge. Now, here's the thing. I don't want you to just read. So I do a lot of reading, okay? So finding books for me in the space that I like and reading those is really important, but reading alone is worthless. You've got to read with action. So I like to read books and then make sure that I'm taking action along the way. So find the space and the right books for you to do that. How do you do it? Just jump on the Google machine and type in the area that you want and find out what's the best. So type in best mindset coach or best relationship builder or, best sales advice or, that kind of stuff. And find whether it's, I find books personally are better for me. Sometimes you might find it's articles are better. You just find a source, okay, and get better. Another one might be you might want to start a new course. Maybe you're looking to change career or something like that. Perfect time to do it, okay? Build yourself, okay? And you can only do that if you're working on yourself all the time. If this is something that you haven't done before, do it now. Do it now. Number 6, I want you to make sure that you're taking time out for yourself, because this can be really stressful, and not just the pandemic, but just things in general going on in your life can be really stressful. Everybody is busy. I don't know anyone that is not super busy and have been busier than they ever have before. I mean, even during the pandemic, like I'm super busy. I've got some more free up time to do some things, but that just means head down, butt up, working really hard on growing this other part of my business or working on something else. So really important to make sure that you take time out for yourself. Some of my favorites are nice hot bath. Love that. A sauna. I've got a new sauna. I love that. A sauna or a steam room, something like that. If you've got access to it, use that. Spa bath. It might be as simple as going for a walk, walking the dog, walk with your partner, walk with your kids or whatever, but make sure it's time out for you. So maybe it's walking alone. Reading's another one that I really love. Maybe it's taking a nap in the middle of the afternoon, just for 10 or 15 minutes, taking a bit of a nap. That can really help fill you up as well, because you never get time to do it. So now could be a time to do it. Meditating is another good one. Now, you don't have to do a course on meditation to learn how to do it. It might be a case of just having some quiet time, listening to some nice music, and maybe it's just kind of not thinking about too much, kind of thinking about not thinking. Just having some quiet time out. It could be 10, 15 minutes just to help fill you back up. Another one might be just to watch your favorite show. Watch a couple of episodes of a show or an episode of a show that you like. Maybe it's watching your favorite movie. And maybe you're doing some of these things by yourself. Okay, because this is about taking time out for you. And if you've got, a busy house, kids, partners, all that kind of stuff, then taking some time out for you can be really, really important. I work with a lot of people that have got busy families, and, the mums tend to pick up most of the load in these situations with homeschooling and all that kind of stuff. Really important to make sure you take some time out just for you. No one else, just for you, by yourself. Number 7, I want you to contribute to the positive vibe within the household, because it's so easy to get caught up in the toxic negativity of the media, the social media as well. I mean, there is so much on there about, masks, vaccines, whether you agree with it, whether you're a conspiracy theorist, whether whatever, there's so much, there are so many different views, and I respect everybody's views. That's, I've got no, qualm with you. Whatever you want to believe, you believe it. Just don't shove it down everybody else's throat. But you have a key role in contributing to the positive vibe within you. So to make sure that you've got the positive self-talk, and you're working on all these other 6 steps above to make sure that you're the best possible version of you, then it comes down to how you verbalize what's going on inside you, to say, just have a positive energy within the house that you live. Whether you live with others or whether you live by yourself, you can still have a lot of positive energy. So I have times where my house is really busy, other times when I'm by myself. I still make sure I've got that positive energy so that I can achieve the things that I want to achieve for me. So make sure that you don't get sucked into this negativity that's on social media or in the media itself. That's why I say set some boundaries for those things, and it really helps set the tone, raise the tone in your house. Even if it's good now, make steps to make it even higher. Number 8, stay connected. Okay, really important, because people can become really isolated in these times and be doing it really tough. So stay connected with, let's say, with yourself to start with. Don't get lost in all this. If you're focusing on all these other things above, you won't. But stay connected with the other people in your house too. If you've got a partner, stay really connected with them. This could be a great time to really pull them in close to you, really connect deeply, and really build your relationship. Really great time to do that. Unfortunately, what we see is that since the pandemic has started, divorce rates have gone up, family violence has gone up. It's really disturbing. I mean, the divorce rate here in Australia, I think, is now around 70%. It has gone up since the pandemic started. So not good. So don't be one of those people. Create a bond Connect with your partner, connect with your children. Really important. I mean, this is, we've never gone through anything like this when we were kids. So it's really tough on the kids, missing out. Like last year, we're into 16, 17 months now of going through it, heading into 18 months. And the kids have missed out on a lot of socialization at school. So making sure that you stay connected with your kids, encouraging them to stay connected with their friends as well, making sure that you stay connected with the people around you physically, like your neighbors, your family, your friends, work colleagues. It's just really important to stay connected, even though we may not be able to physically be with each other. I mean, there's so many people around the world that I would love to be able to connect with in person. And if I think even 2 years ago, how much traveling I was doing nationally and internationally to connect with people, it's quite sad that we can't do that, but we find ways to do it. Like I'm reaching out to you right now via Zoom, loving the technology, and you can still connect really, really well that way. And step 9. Now, many of you might say, well, why'd you put this one last? Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's basically having a look at your finances, taking a look at your budget. Now, obviously, the pandemic is causing, like the industry that I work in, has probably been the harshest. The fitness and health industry has probably been one of the harshest industries hits in the world, certainly in my country here, but probably around the world as well. We've been now shut for, I think it's about 9 months out of the past 16, and we're probably going to be shut down for at least another 2 weeks. So it'll be 9.5 to 10 months that we've been shut down for. So we've had to find ways to be able to work with our fitness family in other ways and serve better in other ways. Pardon me. So it's created some awesome opportunities for us, if that's where your thinking is. Now, obviously, for a lot of people, it means that they can't go to work. So you've got to find other ways to, find that revenue. And look, you only need to drive around our neighborhood here and you see the number of factories that are closed down, the number of people that live on the edge of, whatever they earn a week is gone by the next week. So those people that aren't able to work are really suffering right now. So I put this last because I think if you get those first 8 steps right, then number 9 is just going to naturally come for you because you're looking for those opportunities. You're creating other opportunities for yourself. Let's face it, this is the 5th lockdown that we're going through right now. It's likely that we're going to have others. If you haven't got everything right that you need to do in a lockdown by now, then now's the time to be making sure that you perfect the process because there's going to be more and who knows how long this one's going to be. So use this time to set your finances up. Have a look at your budget. Maybe you're spending too much at the moment on certain things and you need to tighten some things up. So get out your spreadsheet, go through your budget, connect with your accountant if you need to, and go through your credit card statements, your bank statements, and fine-tooth comb everything to see where can you cut back. Do you need the 3 subscriptions to pay TV? No. Do you need any? Maybe you need to get rid of them all for a while. Do you need to have the most expensive mobile phone plan with the most expensive phone? No. Maybe there's some changes you can make there. Adjust expenditure that you're paying for, subscriptions that you're not using. Go through all that and you might find that you save hundreds and hundreds of dollars. The next one is to also, like certainly in our country here, and it changes from week to week, have a look at what that financial support is that's available to you. And if you need to, if you run a business like I do, you can get in touch with your accountant and see, okay, so what are all the different options here? We've got a series of things where there's funding provided by the federal government. If you meet the criteria, there's also funding by the state governments for grants and so forth for your businesses if you qualify. Now, that can be the difference between, for some people, surviving and thriving or dying. So check them out with detail, okay? Because there may be more available to you than you think. But also, there are many places in the world where there is no support and you just got to find a way to make it happen for you. So this might be a way to tighten your purse strings, if you like. What I did when the pandemic first started back in, March last year was said, okay, it's time to invest more now. Not pull it out and have it there ready for expenditure. I'm fortunate with the way that I've set myself up financially that I've been able to put myself in this position. But when the pandemic hit, I thought, here's a great opportunity to invest more now. So that's what I did, and now I'm reaping the rewards for that. But it's also caused me to do an overhaul of all of my financial situation to say, okay, I need to make some changes in a few different areas to, just further protect me. It's just an opportunity for review. You should be doing it regularly anyway, but it's something that over the last 12 months that I've changed dramatically. So again, if you do this on a regular basis, you'll find that you're in a more confident position, so that when the stuff does hit the fan, you don't feel like that your whole world is falling apart. It's not great for anyone. I'm not happy about it, but I've got to be able to deal with it because they're decisions that are outside my control. So all I can control are those 9 things that I just said right there. So if you want to thrive, then follow these 9 steps, implement them into your life, and you'll find that you go through each day completely differently. That's really exciting when you really immerse yourself in this. So if you want to connect with me, you can. If you want a free program with me in terms of your exercise or something like that, all you need to go to is the mentaltoughnessandbodyshow.com. Opt in for a free consult there. Let's talk about what are the biggest challenges that are facing you right now, and how can we set you up for success, whether it be with your food, whether it be with your exercise, or even whether it be your budgeting stuff, because I'm also a chartered accountant. So I've got a wide spectrum of skills here. So whatever you need, hop in for that consultation. I'd love to connect with you, and let's make 2021 your best year yet, no matter what is going on. Last year, 2020, was my best year ever, despite COVID and the huge lockdown, because there was opportunities and I took them. And I continue to take them and look for growth. So if I can do it, you can do it too. But let's connect. Let's make 2021 your best year yet. Stay safe, everybody, wherever you are in the world. Thanks for listening. See you tomorrow.